Is Ivanka Trump in legal trouble?
No, I doubt it. But I mean, because I think most people realize that government officials do use their private email occasionally. Hillary Clinton did it too. It is not fundamentally a big deal. The news media made it a big deal. Donald Trump made it a big deal. But this is not a. It's technically not within the rules. But everybody in government does it. This is the problem. I mean, this is why Hillary Clinton got a very raw deal.
May not be illegal, but in terms of irony, off the charts.
Oh my God! I mean, you know, it's just, and you know, and I feel personal responsibility for this as well. I spent a lot of time here on CNN talking about Hillary Clinton's emails, and I think we talked about it too much. I think we made a bigger deal of it than it should have, but. It fundamentally is not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal for Ivanka, and it shouldn't have been that big a deal for Hillary.
So, Ann, Ivanka Trump's attorney says that she did occasionally use her private email for business and says that none of the emails contained classified information.
Right. So one of the things that came up a lot with Secretary Clinton was, were the emails classified? And it looks like a number of them turned out to have been classified. So she did retroactively, and she didn't have knowledge at the time. Here, the big concern, there are two big concerns. One is that, you know, other email servers can be hacked. You want all the government security that you can have, and so you want the emails to be within the government server, number one. Number two is just, you know, it really becomes a question. There are always Freedom of Information Acts. There's a reason that they want to preserve all the presidential documents, and really, at the end of the day, the government should control those emails and have access. They shouldn't have to go through someone's private lawyer. And the one thing I think I would disagree a little bit with on Jeff is that, look, it's part of being in government. People may do it, but it really is important, I think, to use government emails. And at the end of the day, you know, the thing that's stunning about this to me is that there is incredible hypocrisy. She knew that this was a huge issue, and then to go and just disregard it as though you're above the rules is problematic.
I mean, the arrogance, the incredible arrogance, as with a little measure of stupidity, thinking that after watching this campaign, which she had a pretty good seat for, and then not, you know, being scrupulous about your email practices is pretty remarkable.
She didn't know. She didn't know the rules coming in after a year of a campaign.
It just seems incredible. I mean, you know, and having sat through all those campaign events with her father where all he talked about were personal servers and personal emails. And so it's a big difference between her and Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton should have obviously also known the rules. She was the Secretary of State, but we've lived through years of this conversation nationally.
And by the way, I mean, there earlier were similar reports about Jared Kushner, her husband, doing something very similar. I mean, I think it just underlines what a phony issue the email issue was about Hillary Clinton. They knew it was bogus because they did the same thing, and they obviously don't think it's that big a deal. I mean, it just was a bogus issue about Hillary Clinton, and, you know, I think they are acknowledging in a way that it's bogus for them.
What do you think the House Oversight Committee under Democratic leadership might do with this issue?
I mean, it's very possible they would call her in to testify or call others in to testify. I think, to Jeff's point, he's right. I'm sure people do. She's not the only one to do it. But at the end of the day, one of the questions I have is, why did it go on for so long? I mean,
September 2017 is a while.
It's a long time.
You know, if it were February, you know, the month after the inauguration, okay. But for 8 months, is it 9 months? It's a lot.
And no one told me there'd be math. Jeffrey Toobin and Milgram, thanks so much for being with us. I appreciate it. It may not be the last time we have this discussion.
Yes.